fellow humans, and welcome back to another daily dice where we ask the dice for a message and find out what that is. I would like to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And if you are new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently here on this channel, so with that in mind, if the messages happen to resonate, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. With that being said, we did have a channeled message come in that's they always needed you. We're going to find out what more Source would like to tell us in regards to this. We're going to be using the Soul Journey Oracle cards today. So Source, they always needed my fellow humans. What more would you like to say in regards to this? Yeah, they're in denial. Interesting. They always needed my fellow humans. What more would you like to say, Source? They're having a hard time accepting it. It's creating a lot of problems in their lives as well. A lot of upsets. They always needed my fellow human, Source. What oracle card will help us better understand this message? Thank you. On the bottom, we've got empathy. Yeah, I am open to seeing both sides of the situation. So there's this place where they're going to be brought to so that they can see both sides, but I do feel like it's been really difficult for them to see both sides of the situation because they're only worried about themselves right now and how they're feeling in regards to your guys' connection, which is overwhelming, right? But they always needed you. Like, they still need you, but they don't want to admit that to themselves. And this could be a love relationship. It could be a family situationship. It could be friend. It doesn't have to be just romantic. So Source, they always needed my fellow human. What would you like to say today? They always needed my fellow human. What would you like to come through? Yeah, we've got the 12th house. We've got Aquarius energy. Interesting. And Uranus. Okay, these are individuals who are completely disassociated from their emotions. Like, they just literally do not let their emotions out. They do not tell people how they feel. They don't want to tell people how they feel. They're very distant, right? And there's a lot of guilt that's tied to their emotions anyways. And they don't want people to have power over them. And there's this energy that's coming in where it's like they're very blinded by the outside realm, right? So the 3D realm is really all they can focus on right now. And there's a lot of guilt and a lot of shame that's coming through as well. So they may have had a very deeply broken heart, and they don't want to share that with you either because that scares them. It scares them that you could have that much power over them. The power of actually getting them to say something about themselves. Like, that's scary to them. I've got a box over here that's being difficult. And yeah, they're just being difficult. That's fair. That's fair. They're being very difficult right now. They're being very resistant and reluctant too. But the other thing is that you're on the path to changing. My candle just went out. You're on the path to changing. I'm just going to take this out. And that scares them because what happens if you leave them behind? What happens if you're no longer in their life? What happens if you're not there for them to lean on? And so there's a sudden change that's happening within your life, and they're really scared because they feel like they're losing a grip on you, right? You're slipping through the cracks. Wow, this is already a deep energy. Let's get some tarot on it. All right, Source. They always needed my fellow humans. What more would you like to say? They always needed my fellow humans. What more would you like to say? Life is falling apart without you. But I don't know how to show you love. I don't know how to give you what you're asking for because I don't know what that means. They always needed my fellow human. The World. Yeah, there's a huge completion here. You completing a cycle. You're letting go of the old and opening up to the new. And of course, that might have to do with walking away from them. Yep, with the Popess here, or the High Priestess. You're now seeing clearly what your purpose is and what you're meant to do, and you're building it. It's slow, but you're building it, and you're no longer looking for approval from them or from anyone else, whereas maybe in the past you were. And now that you're moving on, this person doesn't know what to do. They don't know what to say. But you had to choose yourself. There's, at some point, you had to say what was more important, holding on to this connection or me moving into the life that I always wanted, right? Yeah, we've got Capricorn energy. What did I say? It's a slow process. It's very methodic, right? We have ambition, realism, and methodical steps. This is very slow. It's taken a long time to get here to where you are today. But there's also this element where it's like, I'm done waiting for someone to change. They can either choose to change and meet me where I'm at, or I'm going to leave. And right now, your choice was to leave, and you did that. But you did it with grace, right? Speculation with Jupiter in Cancer. Yeah, speculation. I feel like they always thought that you would just stay. That there's no way you're going to leave. Why would you leave? You've always been in their lives. Why would you go? We have Mercury in, or Pisces and Mercury with inspiration. But see, this was an inspiration. You didn't want to sit in this indecision anymore. You didn't want to be here in this place of not knowing who you were, or wondering who you would be if they finally came through, right? That takes a lot of effort and energy on our part. Like, if we're wondering, who are we going to be if this person comes through, right? Like, yeah, be loyal to what you love, right? We're loyal to people who aren't loyal to us. That's a perfect way. Thank you, Source. I needed that. That perfect energy that's coming through. It's like you are loyal to them, but were they loyal to you? And being honest with yourself about that hurt, because they weren't, right? They didn't show up. They didn't give to you. They weren't there. So instead, you had to think on your feet and think and do what was right for you. But that's leaving them behind. They're scared. They're very scared right now. They're scared they're going to lose access to you. I don't know if they're really scared about losing you as much as it is losing access to you. Because I don't feel like this person necessarily puts in any effort. Like, it doesn't feel like they're putting in any effort into your relationship or into your connection. It does feel like, however, they do want you around, but for their own purposes. We have Imam Koeli with make peace with the past. Yeah. They're a thing of the past now. It's unfortunate, but sometimes that's the way that things roll. Like, if you're not going to ever come forward and say something, like, if someone ghosts us, right? Like, this is just an example, but say someone ghosts us. We've been ghosted for 10 years. Are we supposed to wait another 10 years around for this person to get their stuff together and hope that they're going to come and contact us? We're wasting so much of our life when life is already so precious and it's so short as it is. We're wasting so much time not living to our full potential because we're waiting and waiting and waiting. So instead of waiting, that's exactly what this feels like. Instead of waiting, you've made a decision to live. So we have ask again later. Yeah. So I feel like this is just that realizing, am I meant to be with them? It doesn't matter. Are they meant to be in my life? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, whatever it is that they're doing is what they're doing. And I can't control that. And nor can I sit here and hope that that's going to come and be what I want it to be. So you move towards your success. And also healed your sacral chakra as we were moving. And now coming into this place of confidence. Honoring yourself. Right? Seeing that you deserve to be seen as this beautiful person, this beautiful individual, because you do. But it's hard sometimes. It's hard when we love somebody so deeply. What am I doing? I guess I'm getting another one of these. I don't know why I was shuffling that deck, but okay. We have change on the bottom. I'm gonna take it. So I guess another one wanted to come out. That was interesting. Breakup. Yeah, walking away, ending, separation. It's over. Yeah, it's over. There's a breakup here. There's an ending, a for sure ending, right? it could have had legal matters involved too. Justice, divorce, balance, judgment. We're seeing justice coming through as a way of balancing the scales. Let's get another one here. Source, anxiety. Yeah, exactly what I was feeling. Stress, depression, panic attacks, and restless. This person could be involved in the music industry, or they speak to you through music. Musician, snake charmer, harmony, and melodic. Yeah, this person is just really afraid that you're not going to be a part of their life. But I don't think that it's because they want to give you the love that you're looking for. I don't feel like this person knows how. I just feel like they're just mainly scared that they're not going to have access to your energy anymore, because your energy is like no one else's. So they could be an energy vampire for some. I just feel like this person's very deeply hurt from the past. So we have picture on the bottom. Yep. Looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, and make new memories. What is that song? I put your picture away. Yeah, who sings that? Kid Rock, and I can't remember her name right now. If you know that song, would you put that down in the comments for other people watching this, please? Thank you so much. That really helps out. I love it when you guys do that. It really does help me. But yeah, it's like they had to put your picture away, but they keep pulling it out, right? They keep pulling it out and looking at it. They don't want to give up, but at the same time, it's like they know that they can't hold you here. On the bottom, wedding. Didn't I say this could have been a divorce? The situation involves marriage. This is like a decided separation. This is something that you made the decision, this is where we have to go, or they even made the decision, but now they're like regretting it. But there's no going back. It's like, I can't wait for you anymore. I can't wait for you to decide when it's right for you to heal. I have to choose my healing, and I have to choose my journey. And that's what you've done. Yeah, wow. Saturn coming out. Feeling restricted, experiencing struggle, learning hard work and patience. This is a very difficult situation. They always needed you, but they couldn't be the person that you needed them to be. And sometimes that's where things end. It's not good, it's not bad, that's what it is. Coffin, new beginnings, liberation, reborn in transition, tragic endings. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Source really pointing out this has been a tragic ending. Whether it's for both of you or just for them, they're definitely having a hard time stomaching this. Girl with a snake, charmed or used, enable boundaries. Didn't we have that? Yeah, snake charmer. Interesting. Charmed or used, and the snake charmer with this card. Wow, that's really synchronistic too. Girl with a snake. So they could have had you in a third-party situation, or they were always keeping you at lengths because of a third-party situation, but still wanting you around. You know, that's rough too, because it's like if you love somebody or you really care about somebody and they're keeping you at arm's distance because they're involved with somebody, but they don't want you to go, but they don't want to give up their person. It's like you're the one that gets put between a rock and a hard place. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And I can't make this up. Underneath the musician, we have the magnetic attraction. So there's a huge attraction here between you two. It's very palpable, but that attraction is not enough. Where's the respect? Where's the reciprocity? Right? Where is the consistency? Chemistry means nothing if all it is chemistry, right? There's so much more that has to come with that. We have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Remembering to stay positive about what it is that you want in life. And pay attention to the red flags. Yeah, the signs are cautioning you, and I feel like you've recognized that as well. If you recognize the signs are cautioning you, you're seeing that this is not a healthy situation, and I feel like that's why you chose yourself. That's why you moved on. And it was difficult to do so. So you got two of these cards because for whatever reason I picked this deck up to shuffle. But yeah, wow, guilt. They feel guilty for what happened, what played out between you two. I release any beliefs that no longer assist my soul's growth. I feel like also they feel guilty because now they're realizing they need you and that you don't necessarily need them. But there was a time when you needed them and it felt nice to be needed. But now they just feel a big hole because not only did they lose you, but they lose that needing, that feeling of needing to be needed, right? That feeling of being needed. That's what it was. Indecision. There we go. That's what lost you. That's what lost you. That's why they lost you. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Their indecisiveness cost them a connection with you. Their indecision to heal. Their indecision to be forthright. Their indecision to say how they felt, to use their words. Them sitting over there just twiddling their thumbs like, oh, what do I do? Or, I don't know. I don't know. That's what cost them you. And it was a very large price to pay. And they're feeling that now. And they're always going to need you. But the thing is that unless they choose to change themselves, they may not have access to you again. And it's sad, but that's just the reality of it. You deserve somebody who's going to show up for you and put in the effort for you. You don't have to wait around for someone to decide that suddenly now you're worthy of their attention. You were always worthy of their attention. And if they didn't want to give it to you, that's a clear indication of what you can do next for yourself. Okay? It was a very powerful message. So this is what I see here for you. If you feel like this is your reading, leave the little heart emoji with the bandage around it and say, by choosing myself, I've chosen to heal from situations that do not see my worth. By empowering myself, I now stand in my own value. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, please check out the description box. It'll have everything you need, including how to reach me for your personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. With that, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this very powerful message. And until next time, stay human. Bye.